Good morning. Welcome to the Breakfast Show, Trading Ideas with SmartRobie. This is Martin Wong here, your host, and we are very happy here. And it is still in the midst of the pandemic that we've seen so far, as well as also we are also in the celebration of the Lunar Chinese New Year, which already started, and we have seen the MCO, which is still ongoing in Selangor, where we are, and also in Kuala Lumpur, where many of the cases that we've seen so far. But at least they have relaxed in here. We are able to pursue and go on to our daily activity. So I hope that my this morning live Abby will find you good and healthy. But the market certainly is not. As we will review what's happening to the market in here, I hope that you all has done the necessary arrangement, all the things that you need to protect yourself should the market turn south, or as well as get ready should there be any opportunity arises from the market turning upwards. That's all we can do as trader, as investor. We must seek for those activities that is available so we can always prepare ourselves. Let's look at what we have for you this morning. That's right. Now this morning we are at the what we call the advanced level. That's right. We are at the advanced level. So as the advanced level, we're talking about premium alert, chart setup more on the daily basis. And those of you who have just joined us, thank you for coming. We welcome you. And also, if you want me to look at some stocks that we have, do pencil that in on the left-hand side. I'll be happy to look at them towards the end of this part in here. But let's look at what we have for you this morning on our highlight. That's right. Now, in our Bursa morning headline highlight. That's right. Now, definitely for sure, which is ongoing cover in the StarBiz is Porsche is building a factory here, or assembly plant, some sort of in Kulim. That is through the news area, whether they will do that or not. But a lot has been said because Thailand has been one of the major competitors in here. The Toyota has made a big inwards towards the Thailand, and also Indonesia. There were talks about whether Tesla is actually going into Indonesia. Who knows? Porsche might just come to Malaysia. Then we'll see more Malaysian driving Porsche car, isn't it? That's great, isn't it? Right? I would like to own one Porsche car too. But having said that, this is more inwards to the EV segment, which is another segment which is not much has been heard about the Porsche on the EV, but we have seen Teslas, we've seen Volkswagen in here. So Porsche EV we yet to be seen, but there's a lot of initiative that will take place, especially Great Tech, which actually go into making of batteries. I think there was a news previously in here, and Great Tech has moved tremendous. We will look at Great Tech because we will cover this as one of the headlines too. That is certainly very good news for building more creating more jobs in Malaysia. Let's look at the next news that we have, which is the tech sector. That's right. Now, many of you who have bought tech early on and also on the sector analysis, which we will again look at it, have seen tech continue to go up. But usually when we see all these good news, what does it mean? Now, those of you who has been follow with me on those smart monies would have seen, hey, this kind of good news usually is always profit taking. That's right. That's why we've seen tech stocks has been moving up and up, and right now it seems to be plateauing and looking for some profit taking right away. Of course, all this from a research standpoint, it is backed by merits. That's what we are saying in here. All-time high technology. Of course, those of you who are beginner, but today we are advanced, this is a time for those advanced to start taking partial profits. Do whatever you can. Those of you who want to rotate, you can rotate outwards, whatever you need to do to protect yourself. And do take note, as the US is also tapering off as a technology in here. A lot of time, all this good news, it's used by smart money to distribute. Keep that in mind. I think those of you who've been following me would not find this very, very surprisingly. That's right. So you read all about it. They talk about all the big tech stocks inside here, and they talk about UMW with a P 135 times, Unisem 125 times. So again, if you are a value investor, these are something that you may not touch. But of course, if you are a growth investor, what we call NATH, new all-time high investing. That's something you want to consider, but you want to look at a chart setup to ensure that you were able to buy on a pullback. Having said that, now those of you who thank you for sharing in here. So let's look on what we have for you this morning. And also, rubber glove continue to make headlines, as we have seen another report from another analyst talking about glove prices remain to be robust, and there is a shortage among the nitrate glove. So the ASP, average selling price, continue to be very, very strong going into 2023. But then again, you may ask yourself, why isn't the glove going higher? Now we also have news of Top Glove continue to do share buyback, and let's look at Top Glove and how was that sort of pending out so far. I've seen Kosan chart, I think even on Wednesday, tend to be falling in the downtrend. Let's look at Top Glove right now. It is still sort of caught in what we call a sideways yellow moving up. Let me just switch on to the bigger chart inside here. But the ATR stop loss is just below 6 ringgit in here. So a lot of so-called good news which is coming up continue to make very, very little effort in pushing this share price out. It seems to be in a distribution stage right now in here. Very important. I do think right now the glove prices are very, very good value. As I said before, you can tap onto the so-called stock fundamentals, right? This is a time where nobody wants it. And let's look at in here. You can see it is rated 6 out of 8. Interesting enough, right? No one is interested in rubber glove, but yet fundamental rating is coming out and Robie rating, and it's always key. So if you are still interested, one of those people interested, just wait for the green pentagon. That could be another way to enter this. We have to be patient. That's right, isn't it? To make money, right? We cannot just jump in all the time. It's always important, as I said before, for 2021, one of your agenda is to be a trained trader and a trained investor. Whatever people give you tips, wherever people give you stocks, you must always examine both from a mental, a trade setup to ensure that you have a good reward to risk. Now remember, trading in stocks always have some sort of risk. Don't just buta or blur just go in, as I said before. All right, let's look on to what we have in store for you in our next headline. Now, next headline is about FCPO, SMARTRobie. Let's look at it. SMARTRobie in here, has been. Let me just take it up here. Just type in SIM. All right, and let's look at the stock price. It's about CPO prices. Right now, there are what we call a tax because CPO prices had breakthrough around 3,005, even touching 3,007. But if you look at all the plantation stocks, let me just look at TAAN or TSH. One of the stocks that I always like, which is, to me, it's a barometer of how the plantation stocks should follow. You can see plantation stock doesn't really follow as closely as the CPO prices, and you can see right now TSH is still on the sideways market. And if you switch back to an earlier chart, FCPO, we can see even SIM. Am I correct? Yep, SIM is going down. What is going on? So you just can't buy blur a bit. If you see the plantation stocks or the plantation CPO prices going higher, but that itself does not turn into what we have seen. So you can see right now SIM in here seems to be moving in a sideways, interesting enough, right? So it's always good to really follow where the smart money flows. That's right, definitely smart money right now is not flowing into those plantation sectors that we've seen so far. That's right. And it always seems to interest me to see where news can it drive. Right now we have seen news are certainly bullish for the rubber glove stock. Rubber glove not moving. News for the CPO prices are going higher, but CPO not going. What is going on now? Those of you who have the trade VSA package in there, do check out the foreign fund flow. There are some clues there. That's right, on the last 2 days foreign fund flows. Check those things out. You will see what I'm talking about is true or not. But I will talk about it maybe next week on the foreign fund flows. Do check it out again. All right, let's move on to the next headline that we have is Great Tech. That's right. Now, Great Tech, we all know that are involved in a little bit of battery productions. They have signed up with an American company to produce a battery pack for a car, and all this are turning into very, very positive. The fourth quarter earnings up 77%, and they are allocating to build another facility plant at the Batu Kawan Industrial Park looking pretty good. So let's look at Great Tech again. Always very funny one. If you buy on good news, can you make money? Okay, let's switch on to a wider chart in here and hit that one, and you would see on good news, you can see we have red pentagon. That's right, red pentagon. That signify the market ready to break the support level and sort of heading lower. Of course, if you have bought it somewhere around the green pentagon, and you can see green pentagon in there, it has turned red pentagon, but Great Tech has a win rate of 100%. Wonderful, isn't it? 100% on back-tested trade idea going back to 2019. So what does that mean? If you see another green pentagon breaking up the resistance, maybe it's time to enter again, right? With a 100% win rate based on the backtesting that is done by SmartRobie. SmartRobie is certainly getting smarter every day and doing a lot of backtesting that have good win rates. It will publish this kinds of result inside there, and do check it out. Some of the other technology stock if you have time, and I'm going to show you how to do that towards later on in here. Now that's Great Tech. Let's move on to the US. That's right. Now last night we seen the US having resistance and could not break above the 32,000. Of course, this is expected because the COVID-19 USA 1.9 trillion hasn't been approved yet by the bipartisan between the Biden administration inside. Also, there were more jobless claim. That's right, more jobless claim coming here, but it is well supported at 31,000 in here. And also, they will talk about the bond yield curve going a bit higher, and always think about, right? This is a very good point. Now, those reader in here, do take note. Whenever interest rate goes higher, that does not turn very well for technology stocks, okay? Because it will cost them more to run their business. They like low interest rate. If you've seen from the onslaught of tech stocks going higher and higher, this is also due to the lower interest rate that we've seen so far all this while inside here. So take note of it. Low interest rate, good for technology stock, and that's why Indonesia has started to cut interest rate. I think will Malaysia follow? So which means tech sectors, like what the analysts previously say, still got a bit of room to go up. Will we see a correction in here? But of course, when you see another opportunity on any of the green technology stocks or whatever the case is, you might want to go back in and again plan ahead. Very important, set up the trading plan. It's always part of this agenda that we say being a train trader and a train investor. So right now, US seems to be facing a bit of resistance at 32,000. Having said that, has hold on at 31,000. That's right. Now let's look at again the mission that we have always in our breakfast show. We would like to refresh this again. Lesson learned from the top 20. You want to miss out, and also the Pentagon guided trading portfolio strategy. Now in year 2020, our backtesting result on a portfolio of 35,000 were able to produce 106% in here. For this year, 2021, we are trading with real money so far, and it has been great actually. We had about a 7% return compared to a 2% down. I think that's going to go a bit more down too. Right now, we have seen the KLCI. Right, just now, let me just show you the KLCI again, since we're in that perspective in here. All right, and you can see the KLCI has turned red pentagon. That's right. Now, if you are following the SmartRobie portfolio backtesting strategy, we should stay out. Only when we have the green pentagon, we have gone in. And the last round when we gone in, that was on January, I believe, right? And we did do well with JHM. We wanted to do a trade yesterday, that's right. But we found that there were some steel stocks that we have. We decided not to, go in. But we also have one more trade right now, which is Southern Steel. We will bring it up because I haven't checked it out too yet, but I think that it is undergoing profit taking. Usually the case it is. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, it hasn't hit our stop loss yet, I believe. All right, there you go. You can see this is Southern Steel. We went in somewhere around here at the 72 cents. We have a 30% profit target, but we may revise it to a 20% in here. So if you take a 20% revised target from where we enter, 20%, just ngam here only, 87 cents. 87 cents. Okay, so those of you who are trading this system, what we call the back, take note of how we are doing that. All right, for that one. Okay, right now things doesn't look very, very rosy, as I said before, for our market in here. As you can see, the KLCI right now has turned negative. So take note of it, those of you who are watching in here. Now, some of you who have found me look at a couple of shares, we will turn our attention to do that. Now, let's look at the trade idea that we have so far for the advanced, since we are talking, and from the premium list is updated every 30 minutes. Now you can see from the last couple of stocks, 4th of December, we have about 55%, 14% for MYEG, 6th of January, 32% Euro, Care Plus 38%, 3 bar, ITA 42%, Xiang LNG 40%. These, you notice, are generally very short burst market movement, which means you'll burst out and then pull back very quickly. That is why the advanced trade idea are for those of you who like to trade really in the shorter time frame, are more active trader. You want to go in, have a couple of bars inside there, and these are what we call daily bar. 4 daily bar for Tasco. Item number 6, Xian LNG is 3 bars and so forth. Let's look at one of the lesson learned that we have for you. I have planned for you. Now the lesson learned was actually we actually have this trade idea from the advanced side on the 5th of February, and that was on the backdrop of a bearish KLCI. Let's bring out the salute. Okay, now this is a salute. Let me just bring this up here in again, and of course in our advanced we will switch on to the hourly chart. Now that's all you need to know. Use the hourly chart, please. Hourly chart. Don't use 15 minute, don't use 5 minute, don't use 45 minutes. Use hourly chart if you are trading the active chart when you are in the advanced level in here. So let's turn our attention to salute. And the trade idea came out on 5th of February in here. So 5th of February was somewhere around here. You can see 5th of February was here, 10 o'clock. That was that time in here. And you could see what really transpired. Let's look at the hourly chart. It's down this morning 11%. So what we had in here, yes, no doubt we had, as soon as the market broke through in here, you could see on this side in here, there was a little bit of weakness. Why you doing that? Because we have the widespread bar. Now, every time when you see widespread bar, that is always a sign of distribution, especially at the top side in here. And then we have the market was sort of trying to move up in here, but you notice this last few bar, 1, 2, right? It's stepping up, but you notice the volume wasn't lower. Take note of that one. That is a very important clue that you should have. When the market wants to go higher, you want to have what we call a step up volume. We didn't have a step up volume here. You can see this bar volume was high. We wanted to go up, and as soon as that, then you have this now going down in here. You can see it's going down. What we have, if we're going down on step up volume, what does that mean? That means this market's going to go down. That's what usually you see. You can see 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar. You can notice the volume here, a step bar. So that is an important setup, especially those of you who want to be in the advanced level, knowing that. So right now, let's pay attention in here. So if you want to see this market to reverse up, you need to see this market going down. So this volume has to step up. If the volume is going down, stepping lower, that means the market will turn back up. Okay, take note that. You can see here a market going up, but you can see volume stepping down. That's what the market turned down. That means you want to. So the step up volume with the staircase price, it's important to determine the direction. So I hope what you got that a little bit of short lessons in our lesson learned. So I will try to share every day every Friday, especially in our advanced trade idea, for some of those lesson learned, so you can learn every time with us on Friday. I hope that will benefit you too. All right. So let's look at what we have for you this week. That's right. For episode 35, 19th of February, another premium alert is called Pine Avenue. Okay, PineApp apps. They used to be the, if you ever go to Jasco, right, and you go to the computer section where you buy your Apple, not Apple lah. You buy all your keyboards, the speakers, the mouse one, the inject cartridge. That's right, in Jasco. These are operated by PineApp. Okay, take note of that. I know because I used to get it from them. The price a bit pricey, but at least they have a bit of service. I mean, if you don't have time to go over to Lau Yat or don't have time to go over the digital mall where I live it, you can just go over to Just Go. They are operated as part of the franchise in there, and it's quite separate. So let's look at the PineApps. Okay, you can see in here. All right, so what we have seen right now, let's switch to daily chart first. You can see this is pretty nice breakup in here. You can see we have the green pentagon. So it broke through in here. Again, you have on the daily chart, you have a step up, but then you switch to an hourly chart. Again, going back to the lesson learned that we've seen in Salute, we have to see this. As long as the volume coming down, its step down volume is lower, that's fine. But it has to break up higher. So this is here. Again, next week when we come back on Friday, we will study this again. Looking back on the left-hand side, you can see there were a lot of this dash thing, which is normal. We will see a lot of this penny stocks in here. But one thing I like about it, you have volume coming in here. All right, so that's all we can say about right now in here. Of course, there is better sectors. There is better choices. You may not need to trade because why? If you look just above me here, the Pentagon for the KLCI has turned red. And those of you who have checked the foreign funds flows on the Trade VSA will probably understand what I mean over there. All right, some of you want me to look at some of the stocks. Sure, I will look at them too. Okay, let me just look at some. That's right, low interest rate. Yep, that's right, short-lived green pentagon. Yeah, Richie, that's right. Okay, now let's move on to next. Before we look at some stocks for you guys, I have something to just sort of now this is what I've talked about on the sign of strength. You may take a picture of this. This is important part of our daily lessons I want to share with you. Pay notice to the moving up of the stack. You see this bar move up, this bar moving up, this bar. So you need to have what we call the step up bar. 1, 2, 3 step up bar. So that is what we call the volume continue to go up. So same thing what we saw for PineApps. So right now the market is coming down the price. No worries, as long as the volume step down volume is low, it's okay. But if the step down volume is high, then you have the very quickly you see pops back up again. You can see, right? It recovers. So that tells you maybe Pine is ready. But do take note, study this. You don't need to do any trade, any entry. Important what we call about to be part of the advanced trainer, advanced level in here for you to train yourself in here. All right, let's move on to something that we have for you in store. Is our QR code. Again, this is the QR code for our Trade VSA tutorial, but I have something in store for you, very, very good, is the sector analysis. That's right. Now, if you look at sector analysis, just type sector analysis in here, hit that one, and let me switch to a bigger chart here. So you can see, hit this code here, right? It will take you to, okay, now something in, okay, you can't see the chart right now. Okay, apparently the chart has frozen. Let me see what I can do right now. Yes, that's right. So you can see the chart right now, right? Okay, good. So what I'm trying to tell you now here, you can look at the left hand side, which is this side. Oh, sorry, this side. Okay, and you can see energy, technology, logistic. That's right. Those are the three sectors which is booming right now. And what are we going to do? Okay, very simple. So once you know that energy, just type in energy. I'm sure that those of you who are, especially at home, when you have time, just look at some of the sorting in here that we have based on market cap. All right, energy sectors. These are all the energy sectors based on market cap. Okay, and you want to look at it. 7277 dialogue. Okay, 3rd of February in here, 5279, 5210, 3042, 5243. So you can click on Server Dynamics. Okay, let's look at that one. Okay, let me just hit that one again. Okay, and you can hit the stock price here. Right, and you can see, hey, Server Dynamics looks pretty decent, isn't it? It has a green pentagon in here. So we were able to find some silver lining, I suppose you call it, right? Not everything dropped lah. In this case, energy, and we all know, isn't it? Because we have seen the WTI US crude oil continue to move higher. And how do we know that? Those of you who have trading view, very simple. Just you get this up and you type WTI. Okay, WTI or US oil. That's right. You can see WTI crude oil. Then you can see, oh, this is on the hourly chart. You can see, but on the daily chart, that's why the market. So you can see we have 2 corrections already. That tells you our energy sector will also correct. Always like they follow the big brother. Big brother in this case crude oil, right? It has gone up to what price was this? It's gone up to $61 inside here. It has been a great move, and right now it's just correcting in here, but there is a support around $56-57 in here. So do take note. So this is how I want to teach you how to to sort of time with the big brother in this case, the WTI, and looking at Server Dynamics. Of course, those of you who are longer term in this case for Server Dynamics, and let's look at Server Dynamics. Does it pay any dividend at all? Let's check it out. It does pay a 3% dividend. If you like the stocks inside here, maybe suitable for those who are like to have a bit of dividend plays, I suppose, right? Of course, there are other shares. You can look at it in here. Let's look at in here. We have the Dialog, we have the Bumi Armada, Petron, all these Velestos. You can check it out during your free time. Okay, of course you can also check out the logistic, which is on the other second. This is something I just want to share with you when it comes to sector and analysis in here. All right, now let's move on to what we have for you in the coming next week talk. Let me just switch back to a bigger chart here. Is our 5 lessons learned from the bigger stocks, and we want to re-examine what are the things that you should look out for this year, top 2021 gain. And we already have some of those lists, remember, from our Wednesday show, which is the intermediate on our trending list. We have Pi about 61%. Will anything hit 100% return? We're yet to be seen. Now, of course, we don't want one stock just go 100% in 3 days and come back down. We want it able to go a bit up, and that is what we want to learn from the lesson. So join me on the 24th. Of course, not to forget this coming Saturday. That's right, the big event, the free volume spread analysis for beginner. This will be done by my senior trainer Zac. Make sure you miss it. That is a QR code on the left hand side inside here. Make sure you take a picture of this one. Now, if you already joined our Trade VSA Trading Ideas Telegram group, that will be available in here. We have limit up to 500 people. Do take note of it. I think we already hit above. So, but usually most cases people they register free because of KS lah, but never come. But this is not recorded. Do take note. It's from 12 to 2 p.m. Okay, 12 to 2 p.m. tomorrow. That's right, 20th of February. So make sure you want to learn more about sign or strength, some of those things we talk about in here, and definitely my senior trainer Zac is going to share with you in this volume spread analysis for beginner, a quick mini workshop identifying strengths and weaknesses in the market, something I think those of you who interested to find out more. All right, so of course we have also what we call Warrant Tuesday, the 2nd of March in here, where we'll be talking in some of those leverage instrument with Macquarie, that has very good potential upside in here, something that you want to think about as part of your strategy in terms of trading together with me, with Mr. Leong Ka-Meng, which is the head of warrant sales for Macquarie. So make sure you join me on 2nd of March. That will be 3 p.m. That's right, 3 p.m. in here. And don't forget to leave us with a feedback so we can always improve ourselves in our Facebook. That is a small token of appreciation that you give me. So I will work harder for you and review your stock right now. So do take note, while I'm reviewing your stock, do go over to our Facebook in our SmartRobie and review us and give us a good rating. Bad rating, no problem. We'll work harder for you. All right, let's look at some of the stocks that I have, and many of you have penciled in here. And I would look at a good friend of mine, Richie Rich. He doesn't have anything. Okay, he has Echo World. Let's look at Echo World. Okay, Echo World daily chart seems to be stuck in a sideways market. It has a red pentagon. Just take note of it. So use the ATR stop loss should it break lower in here. Okay, that tells you, the market. And again, going back to this volume here, right? You can see volume seems to be missing, so it's going to move sideways. Again, look at the Echo World. Okay, what we do is to have an exit strategy here. Okay, since you already have it, And exit strategy, medium target profit is 60 cents now, which is okay. I think 60 cents here. Right now it's 50 cents. Exit stop loss is 442. 442, which is somewhere around here. 442 around here. Yep. Okay. That seems to be at the base here. Yeah. 442, just slightly up here. Okay. That is where it is. So do take note. Echo World has turned red pentagon. It has broken the resistance. It's likely to move sideways or down. All right. So we have K Power again. All those same lah. All those you know, all profit taking like SL West. I'm not surprised this is continued to go downwards in here. Yeah, that's right. So all this. Even SL West yesterday has a big sell-off, and I got a text. Is Rosma, which is in the court, tied to SL West or not? No, actually, you know why? Because all the green energy, all the solar are selling off also in US. If you don't know, just type in some of those US related stocks that is on solar. You're able to find out. So this is important. You know the relationship between the Malaysian shares and the US. They all follow Big Brother one. Just we say just now, the energy sectors in Malaysia follow the WTI crude oil. So this is something that I want to tell you and teach you about that. So you can see today we have this holding up and K Power. Depending on your strategy, whether you're long-term or short-term, if you have bought it high up here, I can understand because you don't know how to read the chart. Imagine if you bought just below here. That is almost 166% return that you see. So the question now, right now, you bought it around 250. What do you want to do? Again, going back to K Power. Okay, in our exit strategy here. Okay. Exit strategy for K Power is 192. Okay, 192, still far away. 192 is your stop loss. And it says that Pentagon Guider is already red and in bearish orange triangle. However, K Power may move sideways. See, smart enough to move sideways in here. Be ready to exit if you break through the ATR stop loss. If you are free, check out Pohuat Padini. See, SmartRobie is always know that something that we learn like Netflix. It will tell you what kind of stocks to look at. Let's look at Pohuat. I haven't really checked it out. Yeah, I don't know how smart SmartRobie is. Let's check out Pohuat. If I have time, look at it. Okay, Pohuat also has two selling, but the last 2 days, and also turned red pentagon too. See, this was done on the. Okay, let's look at Padini because everything is turning lah. You know why? Because the KLCI is turning, isn't it? We've said before. Once the KLCI is red pentagon, the KLCI red pentagon, everything is turning. Right today also, you can see down 3%. Yesterday up 6%, today down 3%. But having said that, not too bad lah. We know where to find some of those stocks inside here. Okay, let's look at the others that I have here. Okay, let me look at those on the. Okay, that's right. Okay. JHM, all the tech stocks are undergoing profit taking. Okay, JHM here. Okay, JHM is holding up nicely inside here. It's turned yellow pentagon again. Go to JHM, hit the okay, and go to the exit strategy in here. You can see exit strategy is 217 around here lah, 2175. Red pentagon already moved sideways. Be ready exit. Medium target price 289, 290. Yep. Okay. So this one is going to move sideways for the time being. That's right. So let's look at. We have another one. D next. Okay, D next. I think that's a lot of stocks you guys want me to look at. While we have a bit of time, I don't mind looking at that. So D next, yes, it has gone parabolic. This is up 40% because of the Cetera in here. Again, those of you who have D next, if you just gone in, you have to be very, very careful. All right, look at your risk reward return. Don't buta jump in because it can reverse against you. All right, assuming that you have exit strategy in here. For D next is 89 cents, 899 lah, 899 or exit the next pentagon lah. If you want, usually I tell people, exit partially 90 cents. Okay, partial, okay? Don't need to be out, then let it run a bit, right? It also said if you're already above 62 cents there, you should start taking partial profit, because yesterday a run of 40% certainly is very good. But I believe, Nicole, if you have gone in, just key in what price you've gone in. I hope you've gone in around here, isn't it? 26 cents. If you have followed the red pentagon, all right, and I hope you do. And that's what the red pentagon is there for, right? And if you had it now, you already have 200% return. But a lot of people usually, the case is that you need to train yourself to do more of those green pentagon. The more you do, the better. Because like it or not, we are all attracted by emotion. When the stock price run, we only kejar. That is why SmartRobie with the green pentagon, when it break through that resistance at what price is that? 24 cents. And you already have 200% in the money. And if you have gone in now, do take note of that one too. Okay. Okay, another one, someone let me look at, I'm not able to do all, but I would like to look at XOX, which is, in my opinion, not a very good share lah. XOX, okay, let's look at XOX. Okay, let's switch to a daily chart. It's gone below 9 cents. Now, usually what I tell people, anything that is below 9 cents, the lowest I will buy is 15 cents. Below that, it's subjected to a lot of volatility. And sometimes it's not worth it at all. You know, you look at it. Right now, you got green pentagon inside here. And you can see the volume also is not stepping up. So that tells you it is a likely distribution in here. If you don't trust me, you just go and do all your back tests. We've done enough back tests. Anything below 15 cents doesn't really worth to take. It creates a lot of volatility, a lot of unnecessary emotion. You want fast money because of, the certain people talk about XOX, and you ask yourself, XOX, go and buy cheetah. All right, I think, see that news got. Let me, XOX, hit that one, and you look at the news. Okay, let me just look at the news and see whether cheetah was there or not. This one you see, February 8. XOX is, okay lah, Colin Technology. Why you go and buy cheetah? Cheetah bought baju punya tau. You just imagine, Apple go and buy American Eagle Outfitter. Apple go and buy Guess Jeans. Does it make sense or not? Some more 29%, no. So do take note. Sometimes this kind of strategy, and 3 for ball bonus. Okay, so it's important, as I said before, part of your agenda to be educated on all those things. Okay, I will do the last one in here because I may not have time. Definitely for Nicole will be Dufu. All right. Okay, Richie. Last sharing last year makes 68% on Pohuat on 3 months. Richie, do share that on SmartRobie review. Can you do that? I appreciate that. These are, little things that I hope my sharing in here help you to make money with SmartRobie. I think there's a lot of money to be made in the market. As I said before, in all our training courses, what we call them? Apa itu kita cakap? Fishing pond, isn't it? KLSE is a fishing pond. We look at US market when we roll up. And right now, we are building SmartRobie for Hong Kong market. We will roll out maybe second half of the year. We will have a full-fledged of the 4 exchange, the US, the Singapore, the Hong Kong, and the KLSE. More fishing pond for everybody. So don't get so, stuck your money here. Also in some of the shares like XOX. Be smarter. Be an educated trader. All right. That's always we always say in here. Okay, good. Thank you, Richie Rich. You are still in Cambodia, right? And am I correct? Not because the last time you sent me, I think US market is a dragon head. That's right. Okay, hi. So I'll do a last one, Dufu. Unfortunately, I cannot able to do all, and we really appreciate all of you sparing your time in here to for me to sort of share with you what I have every day, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay, let's look at Dufu. Right now, Dufu would have probably. Yep, that's right. We have a red pentagon in here, breaking through the resistance in here. Again, just go over to the exit strategy, and I usually just kind of follow from that standpoint in here. Trend settling up, okay? Now, again, if you have bought it during the green pentagon, right, and not exit following the ATR stop loss, you would have probably been, how many percent? Okay, here, buy on the opening, okay? Always buy on the opening the next day. Okay, price here, you buy on the opening next day, and let me just pull this up. Yep, and if you exceed it here, at least 25%. And if you have the profit target, you probably got out a bit earlier. Right now, do take note. The KLCI is turning downwards. Does it mean all stock going to go down? Definitely not. Check out the sector analysis for most of the time. So that's all I have for you guys. Thank you very much. Tomorrow, join my senior trainer. That's right, for the VSA for beginner in here. And for those of you Richie Rich, do give us a feedback on the SmartRobie. We really appreciate for all the effort that we have done so far in here. And those of you who are first time and like to know more, we have our next masterclass intake where we talk more about what we've just talked about early on, more in depth in our 1 year coaching and mentoring. The next intake will be April. Do take note, and we'll be focusing on US. And those of you who are first time, do join our Telegram group. Everything's free inside there. A lot of stock education, a lot of trade ideas, how we see things, how we see the influence, like what Richie Chin just said. The dragon hit the US market. That's right. So join us in our Telegram chat room. More we share, the more you will gain. Thank you very much. And I'll see you next week again. All right. So join my senior trainer, Zac, tomorrow at 12 noon for the VSA for beginner. And I think you all have that QR code. If not, just join this Trade VSA Trading Idea Telegram in here, and everything will be updated. And thank you for watching, and thank you for your time. I hope you benefited from the very short time that we spent today in here in our breakfast show, Trading with SmartRobie Idea. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.